What's up? It's Jan, back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. Today we're doing my April TBR. So I have to do this pretty freaking quickly because I have a meeting in less than an hour, but I want to get this up because it's Friday, so I want to get it filmed, edited, posted, all today. We got a lot of books because we all know I'm very ambitious and we are overachievers on this channel. Let's get on right into it. Today's April 2nd. Yesterday I actually started my first read of the month, which is Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. I got to page 58. I'm really liking it so far. It's about a girl who has a PhD in astronomy, gets drunk in Vegas and accidentally marries a woman. And it's not just a cutesy little romance, it's more like finding yourself and figuring things out, trying to get past the pressures of meeting expectations of those around you. It's just in the first 50 pages alone, she's already discussed a lot about how she feels career-wise and like the troubles she has with feeling like a disappointment to her parents and just not feeling adequate enough for them. So it's gonna hit home for me, I already know. I'm excited for this one. It's very short and I got this as my February book of the month this year, so I'm excited to finally get to it. Look at this cover, it's freaking stunning. I want to try to redraw it, but I probably won't do it justice. We'll see. Next book I have is The Death of Vivek Oji by Akwaeke Emezi. This one's fairly short as well. I think this came out last year and it's supposed to be super hard-hitting. I'm really bad at explaining books because I go into a lot of my books just straight right in. Like I hear like 2 buzzwords, I barely read the synopsis, usually go off the hype or the cover. So bear with me. All I know is that it's supposed to be super hard-hitting and it's made a lot of people cry. I'm gonna just keep them on my cart before I make a mess. The next book I have is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. Again, this one's supposed to be super hard-hitting. Again, it's fairly short. Again, I know nothing about it, but I just know it's made a lot of people cry. It's beautifully written. I've wanted to read this for a while actually because I love the title. I'm gonna read this one for the buzzwordathon. The buzzword for April is like space/galaxy terms. Got Earth. I'm excited to cry and absorb this beautiful writing. Next book is another pretty sad book, Writers and Lovers by Lily King. I started this on audio sometime at the end of last year and I didn't really get into it. I don't think I was like in the mood, and I'm glad I got it physically because the chapters are insanely short and I am stoked. I think the main character is a writer and her mom died and this is just her dealing with grief and stuff, so I'm ready. The next few books I'm really excited for. So I have Bunny by Mona Awad. I was not interested in this book when it first started getting super hyped on YouTube just because it sounded weird and like it sounded too sorority for my liking because they call each other Bunny and stuff, and I heard it's like super confusing, super weird, and I didn't really care about it until I heard from Lexi, from Alexandra Roslin, that it's actually about like writing students and all the weird confusing things serve as symbolism for like things about writing. And I graduated in professional writing, so obviously this seems to be right up my alley and I'm so intrigued. And it says The Secret History meets Jennifer's Body, and The Secret History is one of my favorite books of all time. I love me a good dark academia, so hopefully I don't get too confused by this. But this is a buddy read with Christina from Christina's Chapters, so go check her out if you haven't already. I will link her down below. She is one of my favorite people ever that I've met here on YouTube and I can't wait to buddy read with her. Another buddy read with Christina is The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. She actually got me this book, so thank you, Christina. Have your little note in there. Again, I wasn't really interested in this book, surprisingly, when it was first hyped up on YouTube, because like witches are my like buzzword. Witchy, anything witchy I will pick up or at least buy and then not pick up for like a whole fucking year. And then I heard this was classified as a horror and I was like, ooh, let's do it. And I know Deja from Deja's Book World loves this book. I think it was one of her favorites of 2020. I surprisingly really like this cover, even though it has a real person on it, which everyone knows that I am not a fan of at all. But wow, I'm so excited to get to this. And I've been, never mind, I'm gonna move on. Another buddy read with Christina and Cami from Burrows and Book is Sweet and Bitter Magic by Adrienne Tooley. I actually got this for Christina so that we could buddy read it together. This was one of my most highly anticipated of 2021 because it's about a lesbian lesbian witch and a bisexual witch. I almost said bitch. One of them is like incapable of love or whatever, and then they make a love bargain, and then I don't know, that's all I freaking needed to know. Like, come on, are you intrigued? Because I am. I can't wait to read all the witchy things this month. Next book is another buddy read. Oh my gosh, literally I have like 12 on here. It's a buddy read with another Christina from Breathe Jan. Another Christina from The Literary Lifestyle on Instagram. She's so sweet. She sent me this book, and it's You Must Not Miss by Katrina Leno. Can we take a second for this cover? I absolutely loved Horrid by Katrina Leno, and I also really liked Summer of Salt by her, so I'm excited to read a third book by her. I think there's like magic involved. Oh, this is the one that she has like a yellow notebook, and then I think things start coming to life from her notebook. Maybe not, I don't know, but I'm excited. I like that they changed the cover because the original cover of this book, I'll put it right here if I remember, was not it for me. So I'm glad they changed it, so now I'll actually read it. Okay guys, the next book was another most highly anticipated of 2021, but I didn't know until like January that this was coming out, so it didn't get in my video for my most anticipated for this year. But I could not stop thinking about this book once I heard about it. She's Too Pretty to Burn by Wendy Hurd. So this is described as a sexy psychological thriller based on The Picture of Dorian Gray. I have yet to read The Picture of Dorian Gray, but I'm excited to read another YA thriller because, oh wait, I read a YA mystery. I read Truly Devious. Is that considered a thriller or a mystery? I don't know, but that's the only YA one I've read of either genre, so excited for this. Oh no, I've also read One of Us is Lying. But anyway, the chapters are really short, and oh, she's so cute, holding her little camera. And it takes place in San Diego, and I love California, so there's that. Inspired by The Picture of Dorian Gray, this sexy psychological thriller explores the intersections of love, art, danger, and power. I think I need to move this up higher on my TBR. I think I need to start this like next week. I wanted to start it the day it came out when I bought it, but I had other obligations. I could probably finish this in a day. But yeah, psychological thriller is another one of my buzzwords, another two of my buzzwords. Next book I have is The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling in this beautiful edition. It's the Paper Mill Press edition. Super short, and I failed last month at this, but I'm trying to read one classic slash book on my Novelog scratch off poster slash book on the Rory Gilmore reading list. Every month I'm trying to read one of those to check off and get through those lists or whatever. And I was going to read The Shadow of the Wind, but it's so long and I already have so many books on my TBR, so I'm putting that off for another month or two. This one is actually not on my poster, it's just on the Rory Gilmore reading list. Anyway, I'm excited. I loved the live action of this movie, so I can't wait to read it and see the original story. I just love wolves, and like the fact that they were such a big part in this story, just everything. I can't wait for this actually. Now I'm really excited. Also, this is freaking beautiful. I can't wait to take bookstagram pictures with this book. Up next, I have another buddy read, and it's a whole trilogy. So Sarah from Sarah Shelves got me this trilogy, and we're gonna buddy read it. It's the Mara Dyer trilogy, and I've never met someone who was as obsessed with this trilogy until I met Sarah, and this was one of my favorite series. One of the only series that I finished in high school, like fairly close together too. It has such good plot twists, great characters. I can't remember the writing too much because I did read it in high school, so hopefully I still love it just as much. I'm really nervous. I will probably do a reading vlog for the entire 3 books. That will be intense because I've never read a series all the way through before, like back to back to back, so this will be interesting. Up next, another buddy read, Crave by Tracy Wolff. This is going to be a buddy read with Christine from the Roomies Digest, Naomi from Naomi's Library, Cami from Burrows and Books, and Kat from BookTube Beginnings. I'll have everyone linked down below. I just got this book from Half Price Books because it was like $9, and literally like a couple days before then, Naomi bought it from Target, and I was like, LOL, like I was never interested in this book. I kind of bought it ironically, honestly. And then they're like, let's all buddy read, and I was like, you know, now I'm excited for this book. I feel like I'll get my Twilight fix from this book because I've never read the entirety of Twilight. I think I only read the first book and like half of the second, but I'm gonna try to reread the series this year too, so I just have so many plans. All I know is that this is about vampires and it's similar to Twilight. The chapters are really funny too, like the first. I hate that this has deckled edges, but whatever. Like there's a chapter 0 and it says, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space. And then let's see, chapter 1 is landing is just throwing yourself at the ground and hoping you don't miss. I love when authors name the chapters instead of just doing 1, 2, 3, you know? I'm getting raspy. I need water. The next book I have is The Killer's Shadow by John Douglas and Mark Olshaker. If you didn't know, those are the same authors as Mindhunter, which is my favorite true crime book. I honestly want to reread it. I need to buy it. John Douglas is my favorite true crime author. He is well, both of them are serial killer, like, what are they called? Profilers. So they basically gather clues and evidence, all the information related to the case, and just like piece together who the serial killer might be, like down to like what kind of car they drive. Serial killers could be women too. Kind of cars they drive, like their age, their appearance, their like marital status, everything. And it's so amazing to me. Like, I can't think of another word. It's just brilliant how they figure things out to a T. So I'm excited to get to this one. I've read like 3 books by them already. This one is about the FBI's hunt for a white supremacist serial killer. I have yet to watch the show Mindhunter, but I will get to it eventually. But yeah, I love true crime and I haven't read a true crime book in a while, so I am pumped to get to this one. The last few books are thrillers because Sarah and Savannah from Riveting Reads, Carolyn from Carolyn Johnson, and Nicole from Bon Bon Reads, I think those are all of them, are hosting a Thrills and Chills readathon that starts on April 19th. So I have my TBR for that. Some of these I've had from the library anyway, and it was on my TBR already, so I didn't even have to like mess with it. But the first one that's not from the library is The One by John Mars, and Kat from BookTube Beginnings actually bought me this. So sweet of her. I'm sure you've heard of this. It's been made into a Netflix series recently, so it's super hyped on YouTube and Instagram right now. I'm pretty sure it's about like a dating app that matches your DNA with someone else and then shit goes wrong because, you know, it's a thriller. So I'm excited, and this is so floppy and the chapters are really short. I just can't wait to get to thrillers because all thrillers chapters, most thrillers chapters at Karen Slaughter are really short. This one was my most anticipated for a while. He started it by Samantha Downing. My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing I think is my favorite thriller. I will go ahead and say that. This is about like a family inheritance and you get all their perspectives. Excited for some rich people drama. The next book I have is The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. I honestly wanted to read The Broken Girls by her first, but this was the only one available in my library. So we'll see what this one's about because I have no idea. I just know it takes place in 2 timelines in New York and some shit goes down at this motel. Hey, this is Jan from later on in the day after filming my April TBR. So I'm adding like 4 more books, and they're gonna be like, not for sure, like if I get to them, honorable mentions for this TBR type of books, okay? First of all, Xavier just got me The Sanatorium. Excuse me? This is another thriller and it just came out and I am so stoked to read it because it has such short chapters and it fits a prompt for the Thrills and Chills readathon for an isolated setting. But I really do want to read Every Value Break by, I think, Peter Swanson, because Noelle is the guest for Gabby's book club this month. So I'm gonna see if I can get that from the library, and I'm not sure if that one's in an isolated setting, but there's this now just in case. But if I can't get to that one, it's okay. It wasn't in my plans, but I really want to get to it now. And then I also forgot to mention I have the arc for Ace of Spades by, okay, let's attempt it, Farida Abike Iyemide. Yikes. It's Gossip Girl meets Get Out, and that's literally all I needed to know. And I already started it. I am 12% in, so I gotta read and review that one for sure. So honestly, this one's a for sure for April. Also, another probably for sure that I might have to switch out one of my actual TBR books for is Act Your Age, Eve Brown, because I have it on Libby and it was that was awful. Sorry. I have it on Libby and one person is waiting and it's due in 10 days. Might have to get to that too because it was a miracle that it was even available on Libby in the first place. Lastly, this is a for sure just if I get to it, is ACOWAR. Because if the audio is available on Libby again, I returned it at the end of last month when I knew I wouldn't be able to finish ACOMAF even. So I own the book and I might get the audio, and I just finished ACOMAF today and I need to continue this series. If it doesn't happen this month, fine, sure. Obviously the ones on my cart are priority, but I'm also down to switch this for one of the thrillers that I have. Probably the Sundown Motel is the one I'm the least interested in. So, well, that one could be kind of an isolated setting too. I don't know, but I've had that one from the library for a while. So anyway, very stoked for this. I still gotta edit this video. It probably won't be up until like 4 a.m. tonight, but you know, we're getting her done. Back to regularly scheduled programming. That is the first time I ever said that correctly on the first try. Who is she? And the last book on this TBR, thank God, is Watching You by Lisa Jewell. I love Lisa Jewell's books. I've read 2 or 3 of them already. 3 of them. Invisible Girl, Then She Was Gone, and The Family Upstairs. Invisible Girl was my least favorite, but I really want to read like all her books, at least all her thrillers. So I'm excited for this one. I think I've heard about this book first from Emma Books, and she said she was so intrigued by the cover and everything, but she ended up not liking it, but we'll see. Okay, that was a lot. But wish me luck on this very ambitious TBR, on my very beautiful TBR cart that Xavier got me. Let me know what's on your April TBR, if any of these books are also on your April TBR. Maybe you could buddy read with us, with me. Thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all had a great day. Stay safe and stay positive always, and I'll see y'all on my next one. Bye!